Let's join a RISE analyst, Frank Tietie, to discuss more on this. Very warm welcome to Newsnight. I don't know if I should start from top to bottom, but let's start from the one that looks threatening to, Nigeria's economic fortunes. The Niger Delta, like always, is on the news again. Ateke Tom, who is now a king in Anokreka King, Asari Dokubo, and Ijo, warlords and agitators.
Ex-warlord.
Ex-warlord, but they are reconvening again. I mean, what does it really portend for, Nigeria's economic lifeline, oil in the Niger Delta, and the pipeline contract, which is really not gone down well with this ex-warlords?
I think we shouldn't be pretentious here about the fact that a number of ex-warlords, ex-militants, or now persons enjoying presidential amnesty are disgruntled about the way the surveillance contract has been monopolized by government Tompolo's and Tita security, and there is no blame to Tompolo whatsoever. After all, if you look at the indices of his engagement, so far in his engagement, there has been some increase in terms of crude oil production and reduction in oil theft and bunkering, together with vandalism generally, pipeline vandalism generally, in the area where he commands, where he has actually exhibited some influence. But the reason is this. We've seen that this involves politics and security together with the all-important economy of Nigeria. Here we are, ex-militants, ex-warlords who thought they were of the same pedestal, the same rank with Tompolo. Seeing obviously that they have been sidelined and then in favor of Tompolo. So what's the reason why? And they've allowed 1 year to slide, and then there is a talk of renewal of Tompolo's contract, and then they say, look, no, we need to also have a bite of the cherry. Like held the positions I've taken in this program, that Tompolo may have done very well, but within his sphere of his influence. But their argument, to the best of my knowledge, is that they, from Ondo State, when you talk about the fellow General Shooter side, says he's got influence there, and he's got loyalists too, who are ex-militants, who are able to deliver the kind of services that Tompolo's company is delivering. That's a question left for, as a matter of fact. But here, the NNPCL and the security policymakers in this country decided to favor Tompolo, and it's actually creating tension.
What does that say of our security apparatus not being able to secure our assets? Or what?
No. See, even I am very excited when the Lieutenant General Lagbaja, in such a professional manner, deals with these issues. He didn't decline. He didn't have to defend his men. I have maintained that the accusation against the Nigerian army and other military formations that they help in bunkering and busting pipelines and carrying on illegal petroleum refinery, that accusation came from former governor Yeson Wike, now minister of the FCT.
And Asari Dokubo, remember when he visited President Tinubu at the villa?
Now, if you mention Asari Dokubo, now, he's not the only player. The other players there were...
No, I mean those who've accused the military, Wike, who is now a minister, did openly and straight in the face of the general, the then GOC.
Exactly.
In Rivers State.
Exactly. So what does that underscore? That they know so much.
So there is official connivance.
Of course, but not necessarily.
And Tantita is not even been able to spread his tentacles, his security apparatus, to curtail what they call it in Rivers State. Fire. Right?
Yes.
Look at Commodore Igbo of the Navy, seizing and destroying 3 million liters of crude oil.
Well, it's good that the security forces are waking up, perhaps as a result of the fact that they were being challenged by what Tantita has done. But you see, you mentioned some dramatic personnel, Asari Dokubo, King Ateke Tom, and then you have to include the others, Boylof and Farah Dagogo, and then High Chief Egberi Papa. All these guys, what facts that is indisputable is that these guys have always had followers, large number of militants, and they say And they challenge, expressly and impliedly challenge the fact that General Stompolo's influence is limited to Delta State. However, they respect the fact that he is a very mysterious fellow who has delivered on his promises when it comes to, protecting those pipelines. But they believe that if Stompolo can deliver in the number of finds, discovery, and preventions, also alluding the collusion is not only to with security forces, but with high-tech, oil and gas officials. Engineers,
and companies too. Yes.
And then the IOCs. Now, the thing is this: Nigeria would definitely gain more if the government integrates all of these elements, these ex-warlords from those states where General Shooter holds some influence, where in River State where Egberi Papa and the likes of Boylof and then King Ateketom hold influence too. Not concentrating everything on government Stompolo, the very capable Stompolo, who has actually delivered in Delta State alone, the waters of Delta State. So I think, what is more important now is that this country must not lose out in the high-level wisdom that former president, late President Umar Yar'Adua delivered to our country by saying, grant amnesty to these guys. Do not create that restive situation among militants now fighting among themselves. One is trying to protect and then others are grumbling. Who knows what will happen next? So it's a very simple thing. Build on what President Yar'Adua has done and then call of these persons.
Have we really built on?
Oh yes, because if you look at the fact that there was an amnesty program that has seen to human resource development of many young people from the Niger Delta region, it's very difficult to recruit persons into busting pipelines and protesting against degradation of the environment in Niger Delta, because we've seen a lot of them integrated into formal ways of living. But you don't have to, neglect those who could not be integrated in the formal ways of education, like the warlords themselves, the assistants who all through their life, all what they knew was just to carry machine guns and operate gunboats against state forces. But we see this kind of cooperation that is existing now. So the military forces are now waking up, because when you see Stompolo's Tantita always at crossroads with the military saying, look, Tantita will say, look, they've discovered one illegal connection, or they've caught one boat that is trying to siphon or sell crude oil in the international waters, and then the Navy will quickly rush there to defend that boat.
Sorry, Frank, to just cut you short. We were just seeing some pictures of the 4 generals, ex-warlords, as you want to call them, in the meeting. And but the resolutions they reached there is still not known to the public and the rest. What do you think government should be doing to avert any kind of conflagration, you understand,
Simple.
in the Niger Delta?
Simple and straightforward. Invite all of them beyond this 4, because I see the number of this 4 to be very limited. There are a lot more of them.
We got 65 oil wells in Sapele local government, where I come from, and 62 are in my town, Sapele. So what's going to...
No, definitely. You see, the good thing about... Let me tell you one thing I found out. The reason why Stompolo succeeded largely in Delta State is that he incorporated quite a large number of those pockets of... those warlords that hold influence in those pockets of places, including Sapele local government, including the places like Ubili and all that.
There were no,
there were pockets. That's why I said there were pockets. However, what's important? You asked a very important question.
Yeah.
What would the government do now? The government should not wait for these men to be holding meetings and reaching resolutions, in contemplation that the security contract, surveillance contract will be re-awarded to government Stompolo's Tantita company. Rather, the government should be proactive. Invite all of them, wherever, whoever has any sphere of influence in time to, that can provide services. And this is very important. This is not amnesty money. This is money coming to ex-warlords for delivering services. In this case, pipeline surveillance contract, protect the pipelines from being vandalized. From who? By who? And, so in this case...
And there are no other ways to really secure the pipelines.
Let me tell you.
Don't we have technology to secure the pipelines?
See, this is what happens. Now, there are things we know. So if there is a surveillance, a security network, for example, that, that is connected to the pipes that will automatically, report any breach, and then you find security men flying there with helicopters to respond. Now, imagine if and always that particular system is always switched off each time there is a breach. So the problem is the people that the state, I'm talking about the people that the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has employed to protect these pipelines are the ones that have been accused of sabotage. So in this case, you can see the balance of monitoring between the now new private security companies, in the type of Tantita, which will likely be replicated severally because of these different warlords that have now expressed interest that they can now. Yeah. They have capacity, and they can also deliver like government Tompolo. Now, so this balance ultimately will favor Nigeria, because you see, I keep referring to the wisdom of former President Yar'Adua, in the sense that it will cost more to the environment, to the human life, and to the entire economy if you decide to move your military might against these men who understand the mangrove forest more than any set of people in this country. And the man granted them amnesty and made serious resources available, and then amnesty became more lucrative than agitation. So you can also make protecting those pipelines, in the interest of Nigeria, to be more in their interest and the ultimate interest of this country when you spread it to all of them. That's the reason why the ultimate route to peace and efficient protection of these pipelines is integration of all the persons. And I think there's no doubt that General Tompolo has done well, but I think that you see, that is just a pointer.
The contract should be all encompassing.
It could even be much better if you include all the others.
Thank you so very much. Frank Tietie, a rights analyst and human rights lawyer.